This video chart presentation of Crosshair Exploration and Mining Corp. It's an AMEX or New York Stock Exchange market listed company, trading on ticker CXZ. Tell right off by the RSIs, some momentum is trying to come into this play. Chart's on radar to hold this support level right around 17.5, 18 cents. Been holding it now for around a month. Nice little up day yesterday, up almost 9%. This chart can stay in play as long as that support level stays intact. Taking a quick look at the indicators over that month, MACD is starting to trend back upward. Still a little ways away from zero, and it's certainly always the breaking point that we look for a true reversal off a bottom. But the fact remains that the MACD is starting to move upward, breaking the downward path it had been on. Coming off a PPO ADX pinch. Certainly what we always look for at that point is to see the PPO trend back towards zero. ADX has come way down from over top of 50 down to around 25. Tells me that the direction is losing some steam. Right now that indicator is still in a nice position for a reversal. Money flow index making higher lows, again at a critical point to try and push through 50. But all three components that I use, the 7, 14, and 21, are all tucked nice and neatly together, and I like to see that happening when it's trying to break through the 50 point. So again, for a stock sitting on a bottom, MFI is in a nice position. Accumulation distribution, basically channeling a little bit for that month, but importantly it looks like the selling pressure is fading. That's also shown in the Chaikin money flow, which has been slowly rising over the last month, just now popping through zero. That tells me that over the last 20 periods, buying pressure is now outweighing selling pressure. CCI also making higher lows. Now it's still at a critical point where I really want to see it push through zero. Shows stocks trading above its average 20-day mean. But for a stock sitting on the bottom like it is, that's still a nice position for the CCI. Similar with the full stow, some momentum is trying to come into this play. Still in bearish chart territory, but looks like it's gaining a little bit of strength by making higher lows and higher highs. The tricks, it's a lagging indicator, but it did drop a bullish cross, and in the slightest sense, starting to make an upward move. As I started this out, RSIs, great bounce off the bottom that happened to coincide right with the pinch. That's why we look at those pincher plays a lot of times for oversold stocks, just for a technical bounce. In that case, very nice move from around 17.5 all the way up to 26 cents. But since then, RSIs continued to move upward, showing some momentum is coming into this play. As I've repeatedly said, the breakthrough 50 is what I want to see. Shows that momentum is taking control and the stock's taking on some serious upward pressure. Now of course this is all coinciding with this bottom support that I opened the video with. Must stay intact. Intraday dips, if they want to dip down around 17, 17.5, that wouldn't be ideally what I'd be looking for, but it would be okay as long as it pulls back up into a close. I don't want to see it closing below that support level, or the odds of it making this move off the bottom, of course, are greatly reduced. Now closing just shy of 20 cents yesterday. I think there's a little bit of resistance there, but not too much. I look for it to pick up a little bit around 22, and if it can break through 22, I suspect it's going to come up here and challenge 26 as the old peak and the 50-day moving average. Beyond that, I'd look for resistance to be very strong up near 34 cents, but that's well down the road. It's just to identify a longer-term resistance point. Stock had a nice volume day yesterday, 345,000 shares traded. As it tries to come off this base, I want to see continued strong days, and for it to really try and amp up if it's going to blow through this resistance point in the 50-day moving average. Of course, at that point, any pullbacks, I look for new higher low support levels to be held, and that would reiterate the idea of this being a true bottom for the play, and I'd look for a continued uptrend from that point forward. It's a nice looking chart with indicators really setting up. Mining plays have certainly had a hard time over the last 6 months, and this is one I think to keep an eye on for a rebound, but that's all contingent on 17.5, 18 cents holding as a bottom. Those are the type of things that I'd be looking for in the CXZ chart, but as always, merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching and trade smart.